meeting in Zoom. I recommend using your browser rather than the app to schedule meetings. Open your browser and in the address bar type in zoom.us. Go to the upper right, see where it says sign in, and enter the ICD account, info@desertinsight.org, and our password. Be sure and use uppercase vowels when entering the password. Then let's sign in. Nothing that we need to do on this page. Let's go here to the left where it says meetings. Click on meetings and let's schedule a new meeting. So right here you can see all the meetings that we have already scheduled. No need to do anything with those, but just schedule a new meeting. Let's call this test meeting today. Most of the time you don't need a description. In the next box, when, let's actually set this for today at 1 p.m., which it has in there. You can set it for any day that you want, any time that you want, unless there's already another meeting scheduled at that time. Duration, you don't have to get this exact. You know, if you go over the 2 hours, that's fine. If you go under, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's more just informational. Nothing to do in time zone. Recurring meeting, if this becomes a recurring meeting, or will be a recurring meeting, you can click here. You can have it recur daily, weekly, monthly, and you can have it repeat, every 5 days. You could have it weekly, occurs on the Sunday of each week, and then when it ends, when that series ends, you could have it end after, it looks like 7 or 8 occurrences. Most of the time, the meetings that we set up won't be recurring, but it's good to know how you could do that if you needed to. So I'm going to uncheck that. Registration, we leave that unchecked. It's not required. Meeting ID, we leave generate automatically checked or selected. Meeting password, uncheck this because we don't want people to have to enter a password to join our meetings. Video, it's good to put host on, participant on. This wouldn't affect what they're able to do once they join the meeting, but it's just how they join the meeting. Do they join meetings with the video on or off? And so just check on. People can change that on their end if they prefer to. Audio, leave both checked. Meeting options, this is really important. Be sure to check the enable join before host. So this means if the host of the meeting doesn't join the meeting until 1:05, other people who have already signed in actually can chat and be waiting. So always check enable join before host. Mute participants on entry, that's good to check, particularly if it's a large group of people who's going to be meeting, and then they can unmute themselves. Enable waiting room, don't check that. That's just to control access to the meeting, so you could bring people in one at a time. We don't need to do that. Don't check the last 2 boxes. And under alternative hosts, no need to enter anything. Click save. And there is your meeting. Now, what you probably will want to know is, okay, what's my meeting? How do I get people this information? Well, here's the URL. This is the link to the meeting. You can go over here to the right side where it says copy the invitation. Click on that. And then you can see all the information about this meeting. And then you can click down here at the bottom, copy meeting invitation. And you'll notice it says copy to clipboard. That means that you can paste that into any email or document or constant contact that you want to send out. So the most important parts of the invite are the URL right there and the telephone numbers. Usually if I'm creating an invite, I'll take out some of the extras and just leave the local number, which is San Jose, and the meeting ID. But you don't need to do that. It's just something you can do to simplify things. But basically that's it, and I'm going to hit cancel. And that doesn't mean we're canceling the meeting, it just means that we're done with that window. And so you can see the meeting is still here. And if you needed to later, you could edit this meeting, but right now we're happy with it. So let's go back to over here on the left to this meetings button. Click on that, and you'll see a whole bunch of meetings, all the meetings that we saw earlier, plus our today, test meeting today that we just created and starts today at 1 p.m. So that's it. I would suggest that since we're using a shared account, that you always log out so that somebody else can use our account. So I'm going to sign out and the next user will be able to use it. So adios for now, and check out the next video.